Howdy y'all, my name is Rational Outlaw, and today I have another video for you, and it's from Mike, and it's on abortion. Now, fair warning, there's going to be a lot of bleeps in this video.
I don't know how to tell you this, but if you're a feminist, you're pro-life.
I don't know how to tell you this, but if you're a feminist, you're pro-death.
Not so fast, Roxanne Gay. I know, it sounds like an impossible pairing, like red wine and Coca-Cola. Literally my favorite mixed drink, but hear me out. Over time, the term pro-life has become largely maligned by the left because it's become synonymous with only caring about life before birth.
Yes, that's the definition. That's what it means. You trying to spin it? Not correct. So, you.
But here's a brief history on the term's liberal origins. Before Roe v. Wade, the first anti-abortion rights activists in the late 1960s were liberal Democrats who viewed their campaign against abortion as a rights-based movement, known as Right to Life. But in the late 1970s, evangelicals co-opted the movement, joined forces with the Republican Party to link the politics of moral order and family values, and together they birthed the Christian right.
Its past doesn't matter because since pro-life has switched to being more of a considered Republican view, so just because it was before a liberal view doesn't mean that it is suddenly that you are all pro-life because you are liberals, and liberals were the founders of the pro-life movement. That's nothing. Quite frankly, if you're going to bring that up, then you have to also bring up that you're racist ass, which you, in some sense, are still, because you guys founded the KKK. How interesting history can be, isn't it?
Past 40 years, it's this unholy alliance that shaped the rhetoric of the pro-life, pro-choice debate. Today, the mainstream rhetoric seems to intertwine conservative views on trans rights, immigration, climate change with pro-life views.
Citation, please. Where did you get that? Did you pull it out of your ass? I have never heard a Republican say that any of those things were pro-life things. Seriously, where did you get that?
But when you really think about it, being pro-life should be synonymous with wanting education access, or healthcare, or affordable childcare, which is super important because families spend about $18,000 annually on some form of early childcare.
Trust me, you do not want government healthcare. Just look at our veterans' healthcare system. The VA is complete utter garbage. As for those other things, children already have access to public education. So what are you talking about? And for the getting child care, yeah, I don't want businesses have to pay for that, which I'm assuming you probably do. And I don't want that. So shut it.
Pro-lifers should also support federal law granting paid parental leave and a higher minimum wage. You know what? Let's just close the wage gap. Here's proof of that wage gap.
I knew it. You wanted paid parental leave. Well, no, I do not want that, nor do I think we should have that. And for the minimum wage, that would be a f***ing terrible idea, because raising the minimum wage would decrease the amount of people employed and also people's hours. So they will get paid less anyways. So no, don't f***ing increase the minimum wage, you stupid son of a bitch. As for the wage gap, yeah, it's a fucking myth. It doesn't exist. It is an earnings gap. That wage gap myth doesn't account for the hours worked or the jobs men and women choose in their life. It doesn't account for those things and for many other different factors. So, no, it's not real. And that graph you have there is misleading. So shut your f***ing bullshit, you c***.
In a pro-life world, black lives, queer lives, and trans lives matter. And if you identified as pro-life, you'd also identify as pro-gun control, pro-rehabilitation over incarceration, pro-birth control, and...
Okay, first off, I'm not paying for your birth control, bitch. So go buy your own f***ing birth control. Black Lives Matter? terrorist organization. Republicans, they don't hate blacks, and they don't hate LGBT, they don't hate trans, they don't hate gays. They just disagree with them on some things. In fact, your party is more racist to blacks and Hispanics than Republicans are, because your party treats them like children, trying to give them free things, trying to give them priority in hiring. And last, why would you take guns away from law-abiding citizens who aren't breaking the law? If you take away their guns, they'll have nothing to protect themselves.
Pro-choice. If you're pro-life, I'm not saying you're pro-abortion, only that the majority of Americans feel that way. A Gallup poll from 2014 found that 50% of Americans favor limited abortion rights. 28% think it should be completely legal in all circumstances, and 21% think it should be completely illegal.
Did you see that little thing she did there at the end about people who want it illegal in all circumstances? That Don't try to justify your wanting to kill children. I may agree in some circumstances to have abortions, but don't demonize people who don't want it legal at all. You In actuality, 2/3 of Americans oppose late-term abortion, including 60% of women who generally oppose abortion after 20 weeks. In fact, even the majority of millennials are pro-life. So quit your lying, you bitch.
So if you identify as pro-choice, I bet you're actually more pro-life than you think. And if you're pro-life,
the president, it's no secret, has made it very clear that he's a pro-life president.
Mean what you say, or what others say on your behalf, and show some compassion for human life. Otherwise, stop co-opting the term pro-life. Just say you're anti-abortion.
You smug little bitch. Shut your mouth. You are killing children. Killing children, and you probably want it legal in all 3 trimesters, don't you? Well, you bitch. Go to hell. Oh, thank goodness that video is over. I really hate that bitch. Most of her arguments have nothing to do with being pro-life. She's just twisting it to justify her beliefs. Well, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Also, follow me on my other social media, and you can find all those links and all the information down below. And I'll see y'all later.